Okay, I just did that whole video on these other three herbs, and evidently the sound was bad. So I have to redo it. Okay, we're going to go with blessed thistle. As I said, this is a really pretty herb. It it almost looks like silk, like chopped up silk in places. I know you can't see it really. I mean, I can show you, but see the little, looks like silver chips in there. It's really pretty. Um, it's also called holy thistle, and of course, it's used mainly for protection. The gender is male. The ruling element is fire. Planet is Mars. The zodiac is Aries, and the deity is Pan. It's used for purification. Um, it can calm anger. If you combine it with rosemary, angelica, and basil, or yerba santa, it becomes an even more powerful protection for your home. It was once used to cure the plague, heals upset stomach, um, gas problems, liver, gallbladder. It aids in circulation, cleans the blood through the liver. It helps the liver, so therefore the liver cleans the blood. Strengthens the heart, slows bleeding, and is used as an expectorant for coughs and colds. You can put it in teas to ease menstrual cramps. It pretty much defines itself. Bless thistle. What would you think it was for? Protection. Just like Palo Santo whenever you smudge with it. Okay. And there's much more to these herbs. I'm just highlighting the main things of them. You can research the rest of them and find out what you want to find out. But now we're going to cat's claw. And as you can see, it has a nice smell. It's not loud, but it looks like tiny little wood chips. Real fine. Just like tiny little wood chips. Whoops. Um, if you have cats, you can, sometimes they lose their claws. If you find one, stick it in your jar. It's cat's claw. Um, I didn't find a whole lot as far as deities and planets and elements and all that go on a bit. Well, I've got the elements, earth and air. You can put it around when you're doing a money spell. You can put it around your green candle for money. And you can put it in a sachet and underneath your pillow or sachet, however you want to put it, for lucid dreaming. The magical properties, money drawing, and vision quest. So it restores balance, clears obstructions from various channels. In other words, if you're making a road opener oil, you want to get rid of them blockages. So you're going to want to put that in there. Or it could be one of the herbs you used to put in there, whatever you want to put in there. It releases old ties that bind. And, of course, money drawing. The medicinal properties are chronic problems with the digestive system. It's an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. In other words, it reduces pain. Stomach ulcers, Crohn's, genital herpes, CFS, which is chronic fatigue syndrome, in case you don't know that. Osteoarthritis, HIV, cancer, and fibromyalgia, which hence the letting up on the pain part. It also aids in helping white blood cells breed. Now, these aren't all absolutely proven. They have said that they can do this. It doesn't mean that, as it with anything about herbs that I teach you or share with you, um, you need to make sure you do your research. Because, like with this one, I'll tell you in a minute, and it also stimulates the immune system, but it also may slow blood clotting. So, if you are already on a blood thinner, say Plavix or whatever blood thinner you may be on, you don't want to take this because you don't want your blood even thinner. Um, Coumadin, warfarin, which is Coumadin, it's just the generic name of it, the generic name of Coumadin. But you don't want to take that because you don't want your blood even thinner than your doctor wants it to be. And do not take it if you have leukemia. So there that is. That's what I stress about these herbs. You have got to research them, and especially if you have a disease, an illness, a condition, you need to make sure these herbs will not mess with your prescription meds. As much as we believe in them and pharmaceutical, can't talk today, I told y'all. Pharmaceutical grade of these things are regulated by the FDA. So you need to make sure that you're not taking it upon yourself to ingest too much, or you know what I mean. Use your common sense. Don't think you're healing yourself and you're just making yourself worse. Okay, your next one is catnip. Beautiful catnip. Now we all know that our cats love this. I can put just a little bit on my hand and my cats smell it and they just go crazy. And then they calm down. Um, it's also called cat mint or catchwort. You can use it in love, beauty spells, happiness, and of course, cat magic. If you have a sick cat, I did one time. My baby cat was so sick that she really scared me. I thought she was going to die on me. So, and she wouldn't move. I couldn't get her off her bed. And so I put my amethyst generator on top of her and then put just a tiny bit, one little sliver of catnip in front of her nose. Of course, we had to take her to the vet too because, well, I was just afraid for her. But anyway, um, the gender is female. The ruling element is water. The planet is Venus. And of course, the deity is Bast, which is the Egyptian cat goddess. Now, the magical properties, you can do anything you want. Um, like I said, used for love. You can probably put in a love spell. Um, or just to be happy, regain confidence or whatever it takes to make you happy. You can do whatever you want with it. I mean, but I really didn't write much down on the magical properties because, as I said, well, you can use them in beauty spells, which that's a whole different thing. I actually have a beauty spell that you can use. Still have catnip on or cat's claw on my computer. One day I'll share that with you, but you have to go out to a pond or a lake or something like that. I don't know if it works. I've never tried it. But anyway, the medicinal properties, it treats infections of the upper respiratory system. fevers, has a relaxing effect. Once your cats, they'll bounce off the walls for a few minutes and then they just go to sleep. Excellent for infants with colic. Now, this is something I don't know that I agree with because, once again, you need to know an exact dosage, and I just don't think you should be giving anything like this to babies that small. We had an ordeal back when I was younger when Paregoric came out to ease colic. And the mothers, instead of taking care of their babies, of course they're going to cry. They don't feel good. And it's okay if you've been up with them all the hours. Understood. They kept them zonked out. It's too much, So be careful what you give your children, and especially, I would not give an infant any of these herbs. I'm sorry. I believe it, and I'm a witch. Y'all know that, but I would not give anything to a baby because I'm not versed in them that much. I'm not a pharmacist. I'm not a doctor. And I would not put something in my infant's mouth that I even would possibly think would hurt them. So I'm not agreeing with that part. Just a disclaimer here. You can take it as soon as you think you may be getting the flu. You can drink it in a tea before you go to bed, and you'll have a good night's sleep because it's got that relaxing thing to it. Treats bowel infections as well as diarrhea, constipation, which that contradicts itself to me right there. How you can treat diarrhea and constipation? I don't know. This is just a research I done. And for sore throats. Now I have a recipe for a bedtime drink with it. Once again, before you ingest any of these herbs, make sure you are not allergic to them. Make sure they don't counteract with any of your medications that you're on, because that's not going to be a good thing. Take 1 cup of water, bring it to a boil. You can add 1 teaspoon of dried or fresh catnip. Let it infuse, which means just let it sit there, in that hot water for about 20 minutes. And then you can add a honey, or if you prefer sugar. Most people prefer honey because it's more natural. But the thing is, you don't take it if you're pregnant or have trouble with your menses. I didn't research that as to why. Just don't do it. It said don't do it. So there you go. Now I got through that video again. I'm going to come back on here and do 3 more today. That's 4 videos. Or no. Well, I had to redo one. It's actually 4 I've done, but 3 videos, and that will be 9 herbs that y'all can research more on, or if it hit on anything that you might be interested in, then you can use them. But I'll come back and do 3 more, and that's all for today. Love y'all. See you in a minute. Bye-bye.